So I'm here in my studio in Regina, Saskatchewan, and I wanted to do a short video so that I could introduce you to my upcoming CD that's going to be released on October the 13th. I'm very excited about it. It's called Shifting Sands. This project I envisioned probably more than a year ago. My first thing that I needed to do was to find the right music producer, and I had the opportunity to meet Brad Prosco at Breakout West in October in Regina last year. He seemed to understand what I meant when I talked about singer-songwriter music, and that was something that I was really interested in doing. And when I met again with him later in the year and we had a longer chat, I realized that he was the guy. The title track, which is called Shifting Sands, which is what I wanted to call the album, and so I tried not to put pressure on the musicians, but I was like, well, I know this doesn't have to be the best song on the recording, but it sure would be good if it would be, because I really want to call my album, Shifting Sands. Shifting Sands, I think, has the idea of life changing, of things not being stable. The song itself has a lot of hope in it, and I think this comes from the idea that there have been a lot of shifting sands in my own life, and I think that's a pretty universal experience for all of us. The song was conceived in March this past year when I was on a songwriting retreat in Cypress Hills, Saskatchewan. It talks about a woman whose life has changed in a way that she maybe doesn't like, but there is hope for her because she realizes that her life is now going to be wide open. So from there, the first song on the CD is called No More Words. This is a song that I wrote 3.5 years ago, probably during a songwriting challenge. Every time I say it, I think everyone who knows me at all knows that I talk a lot, that I love to express ideas. So when there are no more words, it must be kind of a drastic situation. But the idea is that there's no way for it to come back because there's no more words. You stand and stare across the kitchen floor, and I just don't have anything to do with this person anymore. So I Could Not Speak for Myself is a song that I had really wanted to write. I had been sick in the hospital in 2014 with a respiratory illness, landed up in the ICU and was sick for many months. And I wanted a way to be able to talk about it and sing about it without being overly dramatic or sentimental. I was able to write a song that talked about that experience, both about how challenging it was, and it is the song that I am the most grateful for how it turned out on the CD and the way that it somehow became the most important, because it talked about that experience and that indeed everything is well. The third song on the album is called Grief, and it is a song that speaks about a time in my life when everything was falling apart, and it is probably the first full song that I had ever written. This song, for any of us who've had challenging times in our life, I think it can speak and bring some solace. The fourth song on the CD is called Oh Sister. It is a song about my journey sitting with and being with people who have passed on into the next life. It's mostly about women that I've accompanied. I spent 10 years as a palliative care nurse, and this song, I think, comes out of that experience, as well as the experience of having several female friends who've died in the last few years. It calls to my sisters, and it is a song that I also hope brings comfort to those who have experienced loss. And then there is a lovely song called Thanks Pass Me, and it comes from my dear friend Laura. Laura was speaking to her mother in the car one time, and something that she had done in the past made her very happy, and she was like, thanks, pass me. And this inspired me somehow. I'm like, oh, I like that idea that I have done something in the past that has helped impact my life now. And this song ended up being about something more profound than I had expected, in that I talk about a little bit about the experience of going into a church and realizing that that really wasn't the place that was speaking to me now, but that indeed things that I had done for myself in the past were helping my life to be in a better place right now. The next song is called Uneven Footing. It's another breakup song, but it really was a song. I had gone to a songwriting retreat with a songwriter from the States. I think I had kept this little, it was a title for a song, it was in my inspiration vault, and I thought, okay, Uneven Footing. Let's write a song about that. Picked a place, These people are walking along the shore, and then all of a sudden they've broken up. However, it also talks about how this person, and it turns out to be a woman, who has decided to go on with her life, and she knows that her life is going to be better. She's going to have the freedom that the birds do. We wrap it all up with a song called Where Are You Going? I sat down on the piano, there were some chords came to me, I started playing them, and Where Are You Going? It is a song told from the third person. It's a song told partly from the male's point of view and then the woman's point of view. After it all been recorded and I was off at the lake, I was laying in bed, I woke up in the middle of the night and I'm like, that song is a song told from my ex-husband's point of view. So it was very interesting to me when I realized that my unconscious had another story to tell, had someone else's point of view to tell. So thanks for listening to my story about my album. I hope that you enjoy this video and that it inspires you to go and listen to my album, which will be available on iTunes. It's certainly available on my website and hopefully anywhere else that you would like to purchase music.
Where are you going?